guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. Now, if you don't know, Stars Above is 9 short stories that take place in the world that the Lunar Chronicles take place in. And if you haven't seen any of my videos about the books in the Lunar Chronicles, they're fairy tale retellings. The first one is Cinder, which is a retelling of Cinderella. The second one is Scarlet, which is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. The third one is Cress, which is a retelling of Rapunzel. And the fourth one is Winter, which is a retelling of Snow White. And then there's the prequel Fairest, which is about the evil queen. Now, like Fairest, the first 8 stories in Stars Above take place before the events in the Lunar Chronicles, and the 9th one takes place after the events in the Lunar Chronicles. Now, if you haven't read any of these books and you think you might want to and don't want to be spoiled, stop watching the video now, read the books, and if you haven't already seen my other videos about them, watch those, then come back here. If you don't care about being spoiled, keep watching. So here's my review on Stars Above. It was really sad to read the comms that Scarlet would send her grandmother Michelle about how Scarlet's dad wasn't really being a good dad. Even though Scarlet was surprised that Michelle gave her a gun for her 11th birthday, I kind of thought it was a good idea. I mean, it definitely came in handy in the other books. I did feel bad for Scarlet when she came back to Michelle's house earlier than when she was supposed to, and Michelle seemed to be upset to see her. But at the same time, I understood Michelle's reaction because she was in the middle of getting ready to send Princess Celine away, and Scarlet couldn't know that Celine was there. It was really cool to find out that it was Michelle who gave Princess Celine the name Cinder. I liked when the orange light flickered in Cinder's eye for the first time when Adri, who was Cinder's stepmother, told Cinder that they were glad to share their home with her. And Cinder didn't know this at the time, but in the book Cinder you find out that whenever Cinder's orange light flashes in her eye, it means someone's lying. I felt bad for Cinder when Adri found her and Pinoe playing dress up and yelled at them for it. It was really sad when Garan, Cinder's stepfather, and the only person in the family who knew that Cinder was really Princess Celine, got letimosis and had to be taken away. It was really sad when Zev, who's Wolf, was taken to join the Queen's army and had to say goodbye to his family and wasn't allowed to have contact with them. I felt sorry for Zev when he stood up for his brother Ran, but instead of thanking him, Ran said that this was his chance to prove himself and he just had to be put into Zev's group, and he told Zev to forget that they were brothers. Even though he's part of the villain's army, I was proud of Zev when he became the alpha of the pack. I felt sorry for Carswell Thorne when his father told him that his school grades weren't up to standards. It was really interesting to see just how much of a womanizer Thorne was when he was younger, and you could definitely tell that with all the girls he flirted with, he wanted something from them. And it's just really nice to think about that in Winter, and a little bit in Cress. You could tell that Thorne really cares about Cress. When I was reading about Thorne getting Kate's port screen back from the other guys, I remembered him telling Cress that story in the book Cress. It was really cute to see how excited Cress was about going on a ship for the first time and getting to fly up into space. I felt really sorry for Cress when Sybil told her that Cress's mother had handed Cress to Sybil when she was a baby and said, "A shell, how mortifying." Now, I couldn't really tell if Sybil was lying because when Cress meets her father in the book Cress, it's very clear that he cares about her, but we don't really get to hear anything about her mom. I felt sorry for Cress when she started crying about being left alone on the satellite to spy on Earth. I thought Winter and Jason playing together was really cute, and a good background to their relationship in the book Winter. I did like that when Winter was little, she was able to use her glamour to stop the woman from jumping out of the throne room and into the lake. But it was sad to see Winter's reaction years later when she found out that the woman did jump out the window, and I remember her telling the story to Scarlet in the book Winter, and how she told Scarlet that she thought she had saved the woman, but realized that she didn't. Even though it made her act a little crazy, like you can see in the book Winter, I was glad when Winter told Jason that she was never going to use her glamour again. I felt really sorry for Winter when she was hearing her father's voice, but then realized that it was just an hallucination, and then more hallucinations came after that. It was horrible when Queen Lavanna used her glamour to get Winter to cut herself with a knife, but at the same time I was proud of Winter when she kept her vow that she would never use her glamour again. I thought it was cute how Mech 6.0 reacted when she saw Dataran. You could tell she really liked him. I thought it was really cool that Mech 6.0 met Cinder, and since the meeting took place at the booth that Cinder used to work at, you can tell that this meeting took place before the events in the book Cinder. I thought it was interesting when the new body that Mech 6.0 got was mute. That was a cool way to include that part of the Little Mermaid story. I thought it was cute that since Mech 6.0 couldn't talk in her new body, she gestured to the name of the ship, which was Child of the Stars, and Dataran called her Star. It was clear that Star was jealous of seeing Miko and Dataran together, because she likes Dataran, but it's interesting because she did like Miko as a person, just not when she was with Dataran. I felt sorry for Star when she heard Dataran tell Miko that he wants to marry Miko. It was sad that Star never got a chance to tell Dataran that she was the one who saved him. Because of the ending of The Little Android, you could tell that Marissa Meyer used the original Little Mermaid story and not the Disney one. It was really cool to see Kai and Cinder's first meeting from Kai's point of view. It was nice to see how impressed Kai was about Cinder being a mechanic with a good reputation and approval rating at a young age. When Kai was talking to Cinder and also thinking about looking for Princess Celine, I just wanted to yell, "She's standing right in front of you!" But of course at this point, Kai and Cinder herself had no idea that Cinder was Princess Celine. When Kai was thinking that Cinder was going to change everything after she fixed his android, I was thinking, oh, you have no idea. It was cool to see that Cinder had abdicated the throne on Luna and created a democratic ruling system. I mean, at the end of the book Winter, we saw that she was planning on doing that, so it's nice to see that she actually did it. It was sweet to find out that Thorn had made it his personal goal to make sure that Crest saw and experienced everything she ever wanted to see and experience. I felt really sorry for Cinder when after they landed in front of Scarlet's house, journalists swarmed them, but I was glad that Scarlet was able to get rid of them. I thought it was really sweet that since Scarlet was so worried about people she didn't know and journalists showing up at her and Wolf's wedding, that Cinder, Aiko, Wolf, Crest, Thorn, Jason, and Winter created their own wedding at Scarlet's house and did it with just them. I thought it was a sweet moment when Cinder showed Kai where Michelle Benoit had kept her when Cinder was younger. It was so sweet when Kai asked Cinder to marry him and she said she would. I just really wish we had their wedding. I mean, I love Scarlet and Wolf and I'm glad we got to see them get married, but I just really want to see Cinder and Kai get married. But at least we know what's going to happen. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you have any thoughts about this book, if you read it, let me know in the comments. Bye!